But yeah, you let us know when we're good to roll.
Yeah, I think I'm going to remove your light and take this out.
Yeah, do.
It's a bit distracting.
We've got that little dog
It
anyway.
does look like I'm absolutely railing that dog from behind me, doesn't it? Doesn't it?
Yeah, actually it does. It's fucking class. That was brilliant.
Right, 5 minutes. Start now.
Which way round do you want it?
That's the face.
Let's do face first. Yeah, let's keep it. PC. Welcome to another episode of RUNcensored with me, Ben Mounsey, Gary House, and our special guest, Tom Kane. Tom, welcome.
How's it going? Nice
Really
to be
good,
here.
thanks. Sorry, I know we brought you in last minute. Killian was supposed to come, but he texted me, said he couldn't make it.
Yeah.
To be honest, mate, I'd rather have you here, so I'm quite happy about that.
Cheers.
Local lad as well. We're in Sheffield.
Yeah, we
patch.
are. Yeah. Sort of a stone's throw away from my house here. This is my normal part of town, I'll be honest. But
This is your manor. Is this the rough end of town, or are you in the rough end?
Yeah, it's obviously a bit rough when I'm in my end of town, but it's all nice, Sheffield. Anyway, right on the edge of the peaks.
It's my first time here, and it's
Is it?
But yeah, it's been nice.
Good little spot, though, isn't it?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Where we are as well. Obviously, above the tattoo place. This is like a bit of a cool corner of Sheffield, I think, because there's got a coffee shop next door. Nice little place. Marmaduke's next to that.
Yeah.
Got to have a bit of money for that place, haven't you? That's quite expensive.
Yeah.
And then what's that other coffee shop you like as well?
Tucci around the corner, so yeah, good coffee.
None of these places
Are
are
these
sponsored.
adverts are going to be
None of these places have given us any money, so it's a bit of free advertising for them.
I'll take a discount.
Yeah, actually, you like Tucci's. I know you're a regular there.
I've never been to a place with so many coffee shops in a small
it's
area.
quite a trend, but they're all independent as well, aren't they? None of this like Costa, Starbucks.
Yeah.
But this is the Christmas special as well, isn't it? So we've made a bit of an effort. We've got the tree up. By the way, Tom, you'll notice at the top Bielsa is on the tree, like a little Bielsa bauble. And I put, where's that Leeds cushion gone as well?
Oh, that's gone, mate. That's fucking on the floor.
That was on your bloody chair, that was.
Right,
I brought that in just for you, because I know you're a big Sheffield United fan.
Yeah. Nice one to Leeds, eh?
If your ass gets numb, you can sit on that.
I will do that, yeah.
Or your knees.
Also, going to town on the decks as well. Got a little dog there. That should be singing, but it's not working. I need to replace the batteries. But
Christmas jumper.
Sorry, I missed the memo on that one. To be honest,
disappointing.
I've not got any of them.
I think Killian would have probably made the effort, wouldn't he? More minus mark, but it doesn't matter, does it? You're here. That's the most important thing.
Nice to be here as well. Yeah. Nice to see you for the second time ever as well, Gary.
Second time ever, yeah.
Yeah, talk to us about that first meet, because I actually went up in Tom's estimations. I mean, it's a low bar because I was always down there, but when he knew that I knew you, Gary, and we were in Chamonix together, me and Tom, and he knew you were about in the same town, I said, Gary's coming over. And you were quite excited because you two are from the same patch, aren't you? Like originally, North Wales.
We had a good catch up, yeah. I say catch up, we never met, but I felt like I'd met Tom before by the end of it.
Yeah, I knew a lot about you just from all the shit I've been reading about you. I've been following loads of stuff on the internet. And I actually texted Ben to say that you were in the bar, but I didn't pick up the courage to come over and say hello until Ben introduced us.
That was the North Face party, was it?
I fixed it, didn't I, that moment?
Yeah, he did, yeah.
And it was a special moment, wasn't it? It was like, because reuniting, because I think at some point you'll have probably been in where did you grow up, like Rill or bloody Colwyn Bay or whatever. I don't know. You're from that area, aren't you?
Yeah.
Hollywood. No better.
You've probably been like in the same circles, I would think. But nice to reunite you both.
Yeah, without
Glad you said circles.
I mean, one of the reasons we've got you on today, Tom, obviously, Killian's not here. That we mentioned that, but you are a bit of a runner. You sort of like getting more into it, aren't you?
Yeah, well, yeah. I wouldn't class myself. I class myself as a person that runs, not as a runner. If that's a.
I like it. Yeah.
Getting deep on that.
When do you become a runner?
I think when you have a hat like that and you wear hats and shit like that.
Yeah.
And I think if running's the only thing you do, if you struggle to hold a conversation about anything else while running,
You start a podcast.
Start a podcast, yeah.
Grow a beard.
Oh, so,
get the hat.
No,
yeah.
to be honest, until recently, I was in the spirit of running for losing weight until I saw something that Gary put out, and he put it out another couple of days ago saying that it's a shit idea and you're not going to lose weight by running. And he said that people are just greedy. So, yeah, I've been running on and off for, I think my first Strava stuff and all my fastest times were like 2016.
Right.
So I can't delve any deeper because I'm a bit too tight to pay for the actual subscription thing.
We
So
did a
just-
little episode on Strava to kick it off. What do you think of Strava? Are you a big fan? Or not? You're back on it now, Ben?
Yeah, I mean, I question it sometimes as to when I put in loads of effort and I don't really know if it's my watch not calibrating or whatever. But yeah, I use it to sort of check myself, see how I'm doing. So
Not got obsessed with the segments yet or anything like that?
I did have a bit of that. Yeah, I did have a bit of that sort of COVID-y time, like local little
Are you
bits.
known around these parts? Are you a bit of a big dog on the segments? Like
Not at all.
No.
I'm in the fucking like the sort of
Just doing the lawn mowing and uploading that.
yeah.
Oh yeah, do you get everything on there then as well? Like walking the kids to school, Strava?
No, I'm not that bad. No, I'm not that bad. But if I've had a quiet week, I will put some other stuff on, like going for a walk, go for a coffee, or whatever. But
Climbing on there as well?
I do that now, yeah.
I didn't know
you
would as
follow
well.
me, Ben. Do you
I
not
know,
follow,
but
but you
yeah,
never... That's
I don't
my
really
main
look at-
bugbear, is that I follow a shitload of people that don't follow me back.
Mate, I've got thousands of people to follow, and I can't look at everybody's stuff.
Do you follow
I
me?
trust you're doing a good job.
You fucking do follow you.
I'll
Gary.
follow you back, I promise.
Do you not follow me?
I don't
think he does, Tom.
I don't follow
figure
many
him out,
people on Strava because I just don't.
It's
So I
poor
will.
form, isn't it? At least I follow him, Gary. That's pretty poor.
And then you can just mute them.
So essentially...
Follow, mute.
yeah, I have been going out quite a bit. I do find it quite boring.
Yeah.
Got any tips for him?
Well, the headphone thing that you put on the other day, like I'm not sure if I tried running with headphones, but I'm not sure.
Didn't like it.
No.
No.
I'm not sure you can hear yourself panting. It's nice to hear yourself panting now and again. If that's a useful thing to do.
I get the football on the headphones. Do you not listen to like Sheffield United, or do you get too excited when they're playing? Or
No. Sometimes, but not a lot. But no, it's just the sound of me huffing,
Grunting.
the sort of slapping mud,
I'm glad you played that.
sweat, those sort of sounds. So yeah. But yeah, I just get bored, to be honest. So like 5k, 10k, anything after that, I find it really boring.
Like you're climbing though, yeah?
A lot of
That's
climbing,
one
yeah,
fact
yeah.
I do remember.
Yeah, cheers, Gary. Yeah, thanks.
So he was listening. Back in
Yeah,
summer.
no, I mean, Sheffield's home climbing. I can get out to like Burbage from where I live on the west of Sheffield in like 5 minutes, and there's some of the best stuff in the world there. So yeah, really good for activities where I live, as if Sheffield. But yeah, running's relatively new in terms of how often I'm going, if that makes sense.
In terms of signing up for races and stuff, any plans?
Well,
Gary, you little tease.
yeah. Well, I mean, we're just going to draw that out that way because that leads us nicely into, I think, our main topic of conversation for this podcast.
Someone's got to move it on.
I'll move it on. It's called Idiots Abroad. So basically, Tom and I, we're going to go out to Gran Canaria in February. I'm going to do the 25k race at Gran Canaria. Tom is going to get stuck into the 11k. So it's first.
I
Is
think
it
it's
first
12
race abroad?
actually, Ben.
Is it 12? Yeah, I don't want to play it down actually.
Swat.
I don't want to play it down.
But yeah, I'm going big dog.
How are you feeling about it? Are you excited?
Yeah, I am, until all the shit came through about here's you whatever, do this, you need to do that for it.
Yeah, it's
so
quite serious.
I thought,
Train or
Yeah.
wow. I mean, that's
just get there.
yeah. Well, I viewed it as a bit of a holiday.
Yeah.
So when Ben last did it, I was a bit like, that's a fucking joke. Ben's gone on holiday for ages. Why aren't I going? I got invited, and then it's the shit where you sort of, what's going on? Like, I've never had to really, train for anything, I suppose.
Well, this is it. This is what this episode's about, isn't it? We're going to hopefully prepare you for that race because you've been offered, physically, mentally, just put you in the right place. But you'll have questions that people who are watching and listening to this podcast have got about racing abroad because it is different, and it's not Sheffield Park Run, is it, or your local park run?
Well, I'll be honest, I've never done a park run.
Oh, right. Well, even better. Straight in, aren't you? Straight in
And
the
it's
deep
not
end.
just a
Tom,
holiday in
just ducked
Chamonix like he's used to.
Yeah, exactly. You're gonna have to graph for this one, aren't you?
No, and I sort of not really run with many other people. I ran with you in Chamonix.
Yeah, we did a good run actually.
And then before that, I went on like a training course, and there was a sort of like a guy that looked shit, and I was doing a bit of running. This is probably back when I was running a lot, and he looked shit and said he was going for a run. I'd done the loop the day before and knew it was
All right.
Yeah, so I just fucking went out and just rocked him.
How do you feel? I bet you had your like Lonsdale trainers on, slazzing your 3/4.
Big bollocks. Just waiting round the corner for him, and then he came around panting, and I fucking
did he?
One. Yeah.
What did you call your run as well? Did you?
Fuck that guy. It's still on there somewhere. It was down in
Brilliant.
Winter, I think.
Set it up as a segment as well.
So that's the 2-1. So him and you. The missus won't run with me. Just so she doesn't want to. I'm not sure that's spending time with me.
Is she into the running?
She runs more than I do. Yeah,
that's probably why then.
And she always says if you can't be a runner, because that's.
Does she?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a bit sad, isn't it? Well, at least you found me and Gary now, and we're gonna. Well, I'm coming to Gran Canaria with Gary. I think we've got some news from, haven't we? Are we going to tell him now, or?
Yeah, you can.
Are you fucking going as well?
Mate,
that's
fixed it for you.
Have
He's coming, yeah.
Oh,
Another little present. It's Christmas after all, isn't
I'm
it?
coming, mate. I'm coming.
Gary's going to be there. I'm going to be there. You're there, Tom. So we're going to have a little holiday together.
Literally unbelievable.
/work trip as well. Just going to get that in there if anybody from work's watching. But we are racing serious
and
stuff.
I'm not
here,
going with your work just before they start
Yeah,
panicking.
just put that to yeah. But Gary's going to be there. Yeah,
I'll be there, mate.
So the boys are back together again.
Are you runfluencing?
No, I'm hoping to run, and it'll be my first run back since
Well, it's the same one
since
as me.
injury. No, a longer one, but yeah,
Right.
I'll be there though.
All right, I'll look forward to that.
Yeah.
But we thought if you've got any questions about the
So that's
race,
why
you could
if
ask
all
us.
three of us are going to Gran Canaria, now is the time to
Address any fears that you've got and make sure you've got the right kit. In fact, because we're going with the North Face, didn't they offer you some coaching? Is that right? What's this thing about you got through this email?
I'll be honest, I fucking downloaded it last night, and it is really confusing.
Who's it?
To be honest, it was at the point before this came through, I fucking get his name wrong.
Go on, what is it?
I'm going to say it's Ablin.
Yeah, John. It's John Ablon. John Albon, isn't it? John Albon.
That's
yeah.
him. And he's
so he's going to be
because
coaching.
he had a Black Friday thing about coaching. I was like, should I do that? Or
Who did?
You did. Didn't you have a thing like cheat
Oh yeah, not
codes
about coaching.
Oh, I thought it was coaching.
Give them a plan with some knockoff.
I thought it was something to do with that. And then an email's come through with something on an app, and then these Zoom calls with him about.
So John's going to coach you.
I presume so. John, I don't know who John is.
He's sort of a big deal.
He runs a
isn't
bit.
Yeah, he's done a few.
Oh,
He's kind of a big deal.
Is
But
he?
I mean, I'm going to propose something now. Let's sack John off.
Yeah.
Gary's going to coach you, right?
We'll coach you verbally.
I'm going to be your mentor. I'm going to mentor you. Vibes,
Right.
man. Just fact, I have no knowledge of like coaching.
Things
so.
we need to know. Things you need to be aware of is like what do you need to take to the airport, what to wear, things like this. Forget the training part. You'll be all right.
Did you have any questions straight off, apart from the fact that we've just sacked John off now?
No, my main thing about it is all this shit about everyone just seems, all I ever see is everyone seems to need to shit all the time, and I'm wondering where that comes in. Like,
yeah,
and
actually,
that's sort of the main things about what's everyone eating.
We can definitely cover that then, can't we?
Let's start with that, shall we? Yeah.
I don't know what that's all about.
You mean-
When do you eating?
Eating in the race or before?
It's all the time before. Everyone, that's all I see for like any sort of distant thing.
It's only 12k. Do you need to eat?
I don't know.
Right.
I don't know if you need to eat. You need to eat.
You will need to eat something, though, definitely. It's a fair question.
I
It's a
don't
fair
need
question.
you to eat. I feel like when I do 10k, when I get home, I'm fucking tired.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's me trying too hard.
Well, the good thing is my race, that 2025, you're doing the 12. Like it starts pretty much at the same time, and we finish pretty much together. So I'll drop you off in the morning, and
Finish
we'll
together.
have a beer together at the end. Yeah, Gary, which day are you going to go? When are you racing? Which one are you doing?
I'm down for the long one.
Yeah.
Classic. Yeah.
So
Wow.
he's after us. So we will be done by
It
then.
starts Friday night, I think.
It's a pretty serious one Gary's doing. We can watch him as well.
115k, I think.
Is it?
Yeah. We've
Yeah.
got off this lightly, haven't we, to be honest?
Yeah, that's quite.
But we won't need to eat as much as what you're eating. I mean, you've got a full like nutrition plan, haven't you? But for me and you, Tom, it's like breakfast in the morning.
Yeah.
I'll give you a couple of energy gels. I always take some gels when I'm doing these short races, just a bit of a, oomph.
Yeah.
And then I reckon that'll see him through. But water, because it's going to be hot. So, I mean, if anybody else listening to this is going to go out to Gran Canaria to do some races or somewhere similar, you've got to carry like loads of water. I think I did 1.5 litres last year in just 25k.
Right.
So
that's the thing I've never done. I've never taken a drink with me on a run. I always feel like the vest scenario is something to worry about.
That's bordering into runner, is it? Not a lad who runs.
And you've got that thing where you don't sweat though as well, so you probably don't need to drink as much, do you?
Bastard. I just don't get nervous. That thing about running a vest, and I've got one, and I put it on the other day, and I was like, I'm going to go out in it, and then I'm just like, well, what if everyone thinks I'm doing like 2 miles?
Because that's the thing,
like
we said in Chamonix that everybody's running around in a vest and walking poles, just around Chamonix, it's like full kit wanker, isn't it? Like when you were a kid and you used to go around town on a Saturday morning, you'd have full shinies on and like full kit, like full football kit. It is like that in Chamonix. I mean, I'm one of them people as well. And Gary as well. But you can be one of those people now. That's a good thing about trail running. You can join the club. So you got some running poles as well.
I haven't got any poles, no, but I'm sure I can get some sorted. I haven't got a pointy up hat either.
No, we need to sort that out as well. Yeah,
I'll sort you a hat and some poles.
But I've got a vest. I've got a coat. It's just not the knowledge or experience. I mean, to be honest. Rich, like Sheffield's hilly as fuck. And I think whenever I speak to everyone else, they always think that whatever I've done is shit, but that's because like coming out of my house is like that, and then there's a bit down, and then it goes all the way up, and it's proper shit.
It's a decent place to train though. I mean, have you got any advice from Gary on like just getting that climbing in? Because I think there's 800 metres on your race, which is fair.
The benefit is if you're a climber, you're going to be good on the poles once he's not a complete once he's not flapping with them. So I think someone like Tom will use poles for the advantage going up. So get some poles, get that upper body going, because us as runners using poles with noodle arms, sometimes your heart rate goes bang and everyone doesn't like them. But I think you'll be all right with them.
Yeah.
So
make
poles,
a massive difference, don't they?
Yeah, plus you can like you finish a run with your nice vest and poles around Sheffield City Centre. You can prod away some of the more less desirable people as well.
That's true, actually, People think you're a big deal as well, won't they? Walking around in those.
The one thing I will say is I wouldn't worry about kit too much, because especially outside the UK, kit's obviously important, but there's more of the onus on the runner to look after yourself. So if you think you're all right with a coat and just a bit of food, you probably will be all right, because it's 12k. What's the maximum amount of time you're going to be out?
I think the cut-off was 6 hours, which I thought was a bit worrying, to be honest.
Which is insane, isn't it?
You'd have to walk around, crawl around that.
Yeah, exactly. So you've got all the time in the world just to enjoy it, I think, mate.
Yeah, and I think just off last year, I think the weather was the key thing for me, just carrying enough water. So making sure you got a couple of really big full water bottles. I think actually you need to soft flasks. That's where you're keeping it. Just took them in. 2 full soft flasks. I think they make you carry probably 1,000 millilitres, is it?
Yeah, probably. Yeah. I'd have to check. But mine might be different to yours. I might have to a bit more. But you'll be fine with the kit. I'm sure you can source some kit from somewhere. Yes. The main thing is logistics and stuff like this. What would you, like traveling abroad and stuff is completely different. So what would you give Tom as some tips just for traveling abroad, whether it's at the airport or things like this?
Actually, let's think about when you're there, because obviously I went out there last year and had that experience of the island, and everywhere you go is different, but I couldn't believe for an island so small how hard it was to get around the island. So I think from bottom to top, it took 1.5 hours to drive. But then when you're driving in the mountains, it's crazy. So I dropped Kirsty off to do her race. She was doing a VK. And at the start of the VK, I think she ran 3.5 miles, and it took me 2.5 hours to drive to the finish. Unbelievable roads. And I was in this hire car on my own, got to the end. She'd finished long time ago. And I felt I could just film some sort of Steven Spielberg movie. I'd been on these roads where there's massive drops. Shit in my pants. Nearly wrote the car off a few times. Really scary experience. And then from there, where I picked her up, it took about 3 hours to get back. So I think I was in the car for 7 hours that day. So we'll have to factor that in as well. But if anybody is going to go out and do this race, like that is one thing I would say. If you've got a hire car, you need it, but it's still time that you need to give to get into the start of these races. Like plenty of time. Something I didn't think about, to be honest. That was the thing that really caught me off guard last year, definitely. But then also, if you're going away for like a weekend, I think we've checked some luggage in, but sometimes I'll go away with like just a hand luggage because I'm a type.
Full of undies.
Yeah, full of undies. Yeah.
Just 47 pairs.
You strike me as like a toothbrush and a condom kind of guy for weekend. That's it. Same undies, turn them inside out a couple of times. I take a little bit more than that.
You can carry water in that though.
Yeah, could carry water in that.
You can get a litre in that, surely.
Yeah.
But 500 mil if it's on.
Yeah, 500 mil. But I like to travel light, so I only take hand luggage because I don't want to pay for the extra luggage. But
yeah, I'm like that.
Have you got any tips for just like what do you pack when you go away for like say like a weekend?
If it's hand luggage and it's a weekend race, I've usually got my race trainers on. I've usually got my race shorts on and a pair of trackies.
Do you go on your poles as well in the airport, like full kit?
No.
Do you like get your number on as well? Just so people in the airport know.
The only time I've took poles away for races, I've had to stash them away or whatever. But I've basically brought family just so that I can bring a big bag. But usually if it's just me, it's not. I've either borrowed them out there or something. But yeah, it's probably something to think about. It's more, sometimes you think, right, okay, so you plan your race food and everything, but then you realise, I can't take all this shit over with me. So you have to plan, okay, what can I get over there? And just wearing the kit and then obviously coming back. Because a lot of people are just, a lot of the time flying out Thursday, coming back Sunday sometimes.
Yeah. The only problem with that is, and I've tried the race shoes thing, but my trail shoes after a while absolutely stink. It's embarrassing. You know, when you're on the plane.
I'm all right with that, luckily, but I've got the odd friend that's like, I don't know, that's too much.
Yeah, it's not good, is it?
They
usually like crack a new pair and just like use them instead. Yeah. But yeah, that's the one problem. But we went to Chamonix, didn't we, in October? And I didn't tell you this story, Gary. I checked on my luggage through security, hand luggage, and it got pulled to one side. Were we going through together? I think we went through security separately, but my bag didn't go through, and you sort of like doing that nervous wait at you to see what it's failed.
Yeah, even though you know you've packed it yourself.
Oh my god, honestly, and I'd like really got it perfect, completely perfect. So my case gets pulled to the side. I looked on the screen, and this guy says, "Is this your bag?" I said, "Yeah." Have you packed it? Yeah, I packed it last night methodically. And there's on the screen, there's this massive like shape of a knife. And I was thinking, that ain't my bag. I said to him, like, that ain't mine if you think it's mine. Like, no chance. I said, I've packed that. He went, well, it says there's a massive knife in there. I was like, just laughing. No, it must be that woman next to me. Like, you got the wrong bag, mate. Anyway, he opened it up and he was fidgeting around, couldn't find anything. So I was like, I told you, mate, I told you. And right at the top of my case, I had my laptop. It was in a case. I just had my laptop case. The laptop was separate, but the laptop case was in there. And inside the laptop case was a massive knife. I'm not even joking. And I didn't know it got there, but I knew it was from my camper van, right? So I've been away in Chamonix previously in summer, for UTMB. And I don't know how this knife got in there. I don't know if Kirsty was trying to stitch me up and just slipped it in there. But this knife, and it was mine, I didn't know what to say. I just had to like defend myself, saying like, I had no idea how it got there, mate. To which point he almost arrested me. And I'm thinking, Tom's waiting for me through like the other side of security. What am I going to do? And in the end, somehow managed to convince him to let me through. He took the knife though. That was my best like sharp knife for the camper van, for like just cutting stuff.
So tip number 2, don't pack a bread knife.
So don't take a bread knife, and don't take a laptop case. God's honest truth, I don't know how that knife got in there to this day, but that was a pretty sticky situation.
What have you been doing with your bread since?
I've had to buy another one. Yeah, gutted. I don't like buying anything twice. I don't need to. I mean, I lost the knife. It was a good knife as well. It was like an open yell, like a French knife. Did I pronounce that right?
Any close shaves in airports, Tom?
Ooh, no, I've got the usual sort of like swabbed for bombs, that sort of stuff.
You do get frisked a lot though, don't you? I noticed. Yeah.
No, I got that quite a bit, to be honest. I've had that sort of 4 or 5 times actually. My kids had it going to Lanzarote as well. You got to swab for explosives.
Is it really?
Well. Yeah. So, I mean, I've been making bombs, like, but no, he was only 8 at the time. But no, he got. You should probably cut that bit out. No. I used to travel a lot with work, but I sort of until recently I've not flown a lot. But every time I've flown, I've been with Ben. So yeah.
That was the only time as well where I thought, oh God, I'm never going to live this down because Tom's going to just tell everybody it worked out.
Shank him out.
What's the number one thing you leave when you travel? Because
towels. I leave them in the hotel.
Towels? What do you mean? You
Tom
take towels
usually leaves
with
a
you?
mess in his hotel room. That's so far story.
Yeah. No, we don't. We won't go into that one now. That's another one. The one thing
you'll have to clean your tape.
You know, like sometimes, because a lot of the time I'm traveling with family, but on these work trips or whatever, in the summer I travelled and got there and I had to be on camera basically within hours, but I'd forgot my toothbrush because that's just something the wife would pack. So there's always something like that, and it's like literally had to go at like 5 a.m. and try and find a shop, and what should have been simple ends up being this big drama.
Do you know what?
Phone charges.
Phone charges is one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Similarly, I forgot my contact lenses for Trophy of Venona this year.
Yeah.
That was a nightmare because I couldn't see a thing.
Glasses?
Well, yeah, I'm not like full mole, but I'm like pretty bad, like -2 in 2.5 in one eye. So I was like struggling a little bit.
Those numbers.
You're obviously not like short-sighted.
Out of 10?
Yeah. I mean, 10's blind. 10's blind. So that's a scale. That's where you're at. A mole would be about 8, and I'm sort of like quarter mole. So I'm not like full blind, but I couldn't see much. I certainly couldn't race. So I ended up having to like borrow some contact lenses off this Italian guy that I know. So he lent me some. They weren't even the right prescription either. So his was like really strong. He had like 4s, I think. So I was running around with, I wouldn't say supervision, but it was more corrective than mine. So I think my eyes got worse after that trip. I had no choice because the thing is, it was like a Saturday in the Dolomites, nowhere open for getting contact lenses. Didn't have Specsavers in the local town either, which I was a bit disappointed about. So yeah, it was either
He's been speaking Spanish in previous episodes, so I was waiting for Italian.
I can speak a bit of Italian.
Specsavers.
But Killian taught me a little bit of Spanish. Did I tell you I'm mates with Killian? I've met him a couple of times.
And he's so like you can live off that one, isn't it?
He's brought a hat signed by him as well.
Well, that's that's the prize, mate. Yeah.
Oh, is it? What, for this podcast?
Yeah. For this podcast, if you like and subscribe, you can win this hat signed by Killian. So
that's pretty good going.
Yeah, so Killian taught me a bit of Spanish, like odd words. Yeah. Fairly fluent now, I'd say, wouldn't you, Gary? And Welsh I'm learning
Welsh,
as well.
he's picked up. He's picked up Arab, which he thought everywhere was called Arab.
Yeah, I thought there was loads of towns in Wales called Arab.
Yeah. Slow.
And there's another one as well, like at Side Road, I see a sign all the time for, is it Gwen Stefani? I don't know if that's...
Gwen Stefani?
No, not Gwen Stefani, but it looks like Gwen Stefani. I think now you've told me that Araf is slow, that might mean services or service station.
Is it Gwen Stanath or something?
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, not Gwen Stefani. Yeah, I thought that was another town as well. I thought all these places are just called the same. So,
we had Molfamau this morning. What was Molfamau?
Molfamau. Yeah.
Molfamau.
That's right, is it? Is that right?
That'll do.
That'll do. You knew which one I meant.
Yeah.
I like racing abroad. Obviously, Tom hasn't had much chance to race abroad yet, but
I mean, race is a strong term as well. To be honest, I think.
But it is a race.
Are you going?
What do you mean it is a race?
Well, once the gun goes, what are you going to do? You're going to
a bit like when you just shoot.
You've only been on 2 runs and you were racing one guy around the lake.
Treat it as one big segment, Tom. Honestly, I'd go out just straight off. Yeah.
I mean, that's one thing.
What you're made of.
And this is, I honestly always channel my inner house because of one of his other videos that stuck with me, where I can't quite remember how it goes, but it's something about running uphill, and it's about when I'm running uphill, I think, should I fucking blast it? Or I think Gary says, don't run uphill, save yourself. Do you know that one?
Oh, don't push up the hill if you can't push off. Used to be one of the things. Is that what you mean?
I think that's the one that's like a video.
Yeah,
and I always think of it when I'm running uphill. I'm like, well, this is a segment uphill. I need to fucking go for it.
Yeah.
But then I always just see your little fucking face.
Basically, when I used to race cross country and stuff, it's like an old cross country bit of advice. I think that's where I picked up from. It was like, you'd hammer it up. They're not massive hills, but you'd hammer it up a hill, say, or in fell running and stuff, and then you'd stop at the top to catch your breath. When in racing, it was always like, don't blast up the hill if you can't blast off it, kind of thing. So, because otherwise you're just going to get caught up by anyone that was whatever. So only basically control it so that you can run off the top. Yeah. Kind of thing.
Which I think this thing is like uphill.
I wouldn't worry too much about that because, like you say, you're going to be doing elevation from the off. From what Ben says.
They're fairly tasty climbs, if I'm honest. Yeah, and it'll be like a long climb. So what you're used to around here, and what we're all used to really, is much shorter in terms of distance. But yeah, you just got to sit in for the long haul. So don't go off too fast because
it's a walk. Basically.
Yeah,
you're walking.
You'll quickly realise that the longer the race, the more you just walk in these races.
How much of that one will you walk? Classic, advanced? What should you do? Classic, is it?
Yeah. Well, most of it's a hike, I imagine.
Yeah.
Really?
I can run downhill again now, so that's what I'm better at. So I'll hopefully run all the downhills and hike up the uphills.
Starts at midnight on the beach, doesn't it? That one? Is that right?
I know it starts in the middle of the night. I didn't know that, but yeah.
I think so, yeah. I think it is. If it's the one I'm thinking of.
Yeah, it does. It was either 11 p.m. or midnight. I had a quick
on
look.
the beach, yeah. And then you're like running. I mean, we'll be probably still in the hotel bar.
You basically go from the northern point of the island to the bottom.
Right to the bottom. So we'll finish by near where we're staying in Massapelonis.
Yeah.
But we'll try and get out and watch you, Gary.
Went there about 20 years ago and had a good holiday, yeah.
That's a good place, isn't it?
Yeah.
Good time of year as well, because February, dark, miserable year, really warm out there. Although saying that, when we went last year, it was warm one day, and the next day, this storm came in, freezing. So you probably will need to pack some waterproof kit as well, like emergency kit. I'll have to maybe check over your bag just to check you've got everything.
Yeah, fucking stick a knife in there or something. Yeah. little blade.
Can you imagine?
Yeah. So don't pack your bag.
Don't trust me to pack your bag. Yeah. I'll let you pack your bag. Yeah, it's a good point, to be fair.
Yeah.
So I reckon gels, race pack, flasks, soft flasks.
Yeah.
Just remember that.
Yeah.
Waterproof.
Yeah.
Bottoms, top, lightweight. Hat and gloves, maybe. I can't remember the kit list. I'll have to have a look. It's not. Usually these races are fairly strict, but I mean in the UK you've got to have your hat and gloves and warm gear because it's freezing. But there, I think sometimes it's more relaxed abroad. But we'll have to check the kit list and make sure we've got what we need.
Well, I guess the one thing is I start now. Like I'm doing. What am I doing? 10. I mean, my running's pretty what's the word? Sporadic, I think. Where I just do a bit and then I won't do anything, and then I'll do for me what is quite a bit, and then I won't do any more. So I guess it's should I just do that distance every week until I get there?
Yeah. Just building.
Try and mix it up a bit if you can. Try not to stick to the same route. If you're only running 3 times a week, then just try and do it.
Is that not a lot? I feel like that's quite a lot.
It's enough.
Oh, okay.
It's probably the bare minimum, I would say.
Is it?
Yeah.
Going to get out over Christmas?
Yeah.
You don't have to go long, but frequency, I think, is more important than just trying to increase distances.
Oh, right, okay.
So if you can get out 3 times a week, rather than try and go out for more, I'd always try and advise someone to go for the 4th.
Yeah.
So they're doing 4 times a week.
Right, okay.
Then maybe add in a bit of volume, then have a bit of intensity. But you don't have to worry too much. You live in the hills, get out hiking, get out a few runs, a few of them actually try and run a bit faster. That's kind of it.
Yeah.
Until February, because you haven't got long, have you? Not to put the pressure on.
You'll have a chance over Christmas.
I mean, everyone sounds like a bit more pressure now. There's a fucking podcast over it.
You're committed now.
Johnny Apple.
But what we wanted to do was just
I'll be the dick at the front with someone's filming now.
Well, you basically, who are you supported by again? So you're being flown out as a sponsored runner, so already.
Yeah. Oh, fuck that. That's not. No.
Well, you're going to tell John as well. That's the main thing. When are you going to tell John Ablon that we're going to take over?
I mean, I can probably text him now, but
he's probably watching this. John, I'm sorry.
I don't know, John.
We've stolen him off you. He's going to be the project, is Tom. So
I think there's actually a scheduled Zoom call next Wednesday night.
Yeah, see what he's got to say.
There's one for runfluencers as well.
Is that?
Media, yeah. You could get on it.
I could get on it. Yeah.
You could, couldn't you? I don't
get some
know.
tips. You could actually. You could get some tips, Gary, couldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. You could have to grow your Instagram channel. They could probably learn some tips, couldn't you?
Yeah. Well, that's it. So the thing is, drifting away. I get called an influencer equally as a coach these days. You just have to get on with it. Yeah.
Why is that an insult?
I don't think it is. Some people see it as that because some people don't like the whole influencer thing, whereas I just think you could cut. It's.
I wouldn't say you're your typical influencer. I like when you take the piss out of influencers, to be honest. But I don't think you're an influencing person, but in a good way. You're not that.
Everyone's an influencer. Yeah. That's why if you're on social media, you try and
exactly.
It's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
There's it's just some people do it differently. That's all. And at the end of the day, it's like I'm the best one.
He's got the best discount codes as well.
Yeah. Black Friday deals.
Yeah.
Feeling more confident about it though, Tom? You're looking forward to it?
Probably a little bit less now, all this pressure.
We put some pressure on
Well, sometimes you need a bit of a wake-up call,
Yeah.
don't you? That's equally as good as just a bit of a massage of the ego. Wake-up call, you've got till February, we'll sort you out, we'll keep checking in with you, and then you can ask any questions along the way.
Yeah, pretty nervous about it now, to be honest.
And then what we'll do is hopefully we'll try and get you out for a run with me or Ben.
We can do a few lunchtime runs as well, can't we? Working together.
Yeah.
Show those hills in Shipley was boss.
Yeah.
We've got Rich here as well, who's hiding away behind the camera. Rich will come out with us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always think I'll see him out on a run somewhere, but I think we never bump into each other. I don't know if he goes in the daytime when I'm at work, but...
How long do you wait for him?
I've been outside his house. Well, he was like 2 a.m, he was still asleep the other night when I was parked outside. I thought he'd be out there. But no, I see where he runs from his social media.
I avoid you like the plague, Tom.
Oh, cheers, yeah.
Go and take some segments off him, Tom.
Yeah.
How far away are you from Tom, Rich?
Drive? 25?
Oh,
I mean, but Sheffield is the slowest place to drive across.
So
is it like the Gran Canaria of
I think it's the second worst place for traffic in the country.
But we could meet in the middle of the peaks.
We could,
We're both on the edge in different areas of the peaks.
That's true. I go up and down past what's his face, Norfolk Arms.
Oh yeah,
where there's really good pies actually.
It's a bit too posh. That side of Sheffield's a bit posh for me, you know. So, you know what I mean? Can't afford a pint in there.
Anyway, lads, because it's Christmas, I thought we'd do some gifts. Don't worry, we didn't give you the memo for the jumper.
Sorry, mate. This was last minute for me as well.
Don't worry. Okay, I did get you a gift actually. I did get you a gift. Yeah.
Did you really?
Yeah, I did actually get you a gift. Gary, I'm gonna give you.
I'm really honest. Like this is a big struggle for me opening presents in front of people that have given them to me.
Don't worry, it's nothing to write on about.
That's the issue.
It's not Christmas morning, mate. It's all
Gary, this is Gary's present from me, but before you open it, I just want you to appreciate the quality of that wrapping paper and the quality of the wrapping. That is not your pound shop wrapping paper. It's got texture to it, hasn't it? Feel that?
Yes.
That's nice, isn't it?
It's like wallpaper.
Nicely wrapped. No, I spent quite a bit of money on that. That's a TK Maxx finest. I wrap that. So I used to work in a fish and chip shop, and I was the best wrapper. Oh, thanks, mate. As in, like, fish and chip wrapper, probably, don't want to big myself up, but in the country. I mean...
Is this a real story?
Yeah, it's a real story. I used to work in a fish and chip shop for like 4 or 5 years. I mean, my sister worked there as well. Oh, mate, I'm old as. I've lived many lives, what can I say? That was one of the skills, like, it's top of my Linktree sort of list, really, wrapping up. But yeah, I appreciate that, the skills. There you go, Tom, there's your present, mate. I wrapped that in the sports shoes park run bag.
Thanks very much.
So, Gary, just to explain, and I forgot to tell you this, Gran Canaria is like the carnival capital of Europe. So
let me jump in. You unwrap and then carry on talking. Carry on.
So just to let you know, Tom, Gran Canaria is the carnival capital of Europe. So Gary, you're going to need this when we're there. That suits him, doesn't it? Keep that on, mate. That is perfect.
Is that how big it's meant to be?
I can't divulge.
Where did you buy stuff like that?
It's the dark web, mate. It's the dark web.
That is not good.
That's good. You like that, don't you? That's good. I'll open it.
You want me to run in this?
Oh, mate, that's class. I'm going to double up.
Hang on.
I'll double bag. Has it got your initials on it? Is it a Gary House one? Is that the wrong one? Right, you were giving me the wrong present.
No.
Go on, you guys explain.
Wait there. We can cut this bit out. I can't.
Guys, someone remember that this goes out on audio as well and maybe explain what's going on?
Yeah, so Gary's just messing around with the cap that he's bought me.
Ben's hat.
I don't think it's got the badges. Do I need to buy the badges? Oh, that's good, actually. I like that. Oh, Gary, that is something special.
Oh, my
Where the hell did you get that? That is brilliant. It's a RUNcensored flashy cap. Let me just adjust it.
Will be available on our website within a matter of years, probably.
Oh, Gary, this is good. This is really, really good. Let's get that on there now. That is a classic. Can you see that?
This camera here.
Look at that.
Stay still.
RUNcensored.
Is this our first merch? I think it is, isn't it?
That is merch, mate.
That is
That is
amazing.
beautiful, Gary. What a
I like
great
the way we're
present,
both
mate.
on the same wavelength.
Yeah, I mean, we're obviously, in touch with each other. Tom got your gift there.
Cheers.
It was a bit
Thanks
last
very
minute,
much,
so this
mate.
is
Yeah,
a
that's
signed
wicked.
copy of the Sports Shoes catalogue.
Because who signed that? You?
I signed that. Page 42, 43, signed that as well, because obviously I'm featuring in that one as well. Good picture, you can frame that.
Is
as well,
Rich
John.
in this one?
Fuck me.
I think Rich might be in this one as well, yeah. Rich is a bit of
The
a
first time
trouble.
anyone's seen Ben's hairline in that picture.
I know, that's a shocker, isn't it?
Is that Ben?
That's me, mate. Of course it is, yeah. And then I got you some nice coffee,
cheers,
mate,
look
because
at
I know you like your coffee.
That is, nice.
That is
one,
actually
cheers.
a nice present,
Left
that,
the
isn't it?
price on it, but
Yeah, I know. Again, it was a last minute
What a
purchase,
baller.
but I'll
Thanks
probably
very much,
expense that as well. But yeah, it's
Look what
it's a
it's
good
called
gift,
as
isn't
well.
it?
House coffee.
Yeah.
There you go, mate. I'm a thoughtful kind of guy,
No,
mate.
thanks
yeah.
very much. That's
No,
great.
it's all right. Christmas is the gift of giving, isn't it?
I love that.
Really
hat,
appreciate that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Sorry, Christmas is the time of giving. Yeah, that's what I meant to say.
So Christmas, any plans?
No, well, it's what's like the turkey trot, isn't it? So to the our house, in-laws, my mum and dad.
That's your route, isn't it?
Yeah,
You're
that's
going to
the
run
route.
between all of them.
On foot?
No, in the Volvo, like. So yeah, what about you?
Yeah, no, quiet one with the family.
In your bad girl hat as well.
suspicious.
Can't take you seriously with that
Suspicious.
bad girl hat on.
I'm going out in this.
If ever there was a present that
No, I've
spoke
got
volumes.
no, not too much on. I'm trying to get out running a bit now that I can run a bit. So yeah, hopefully we'll have some snow and stuff and I can get out and run. But yeah, nothing crazy. I've got I've got the two kids to entertain. That's enough, I think. Yeah. Ben.
Quiet one for me, although Christmas tradition, we mentioned it before on the last podcast, always go running Christmas Day.
Yeah.
Always. Same peak, yeah. Kirsty,
See, that's
the
a
dogs.
runner. That's
Well,
not.
I know
Yeah.
I used to have
Yeah.
a thing where I went climbing every Christmas
Yeah.
day until
That's gone,
the
yeah.
kids like
Yeah.
were
Yeah.
like, "Where's Daddy?" It's like he's gone climbing.
Again.
In the garage on his
That's
own.
what- yeah.
In the shed at the bottom of the garden.
There is something special about Christmas Day where there's no one else about or whatever.
Yeah, I do like a Christmas run.
Yeah.
What would be I think you mentioned it, but like, do you know, like when you see people's titles are run on Christmas, like some of the funny ones you see, like it's almost like, oh yeah, just been out for a run Christmas Day, like it's a massive thing. When in reality it's not. It's just a Tuesday morning or whenever
Yeah,
it is.
exactly. Yeah, big it up, don't they?
Big it up.
Pictures will be there. The titles
The only
will be
people
there,
are going to
yeah.
see that are all the runners that have probably done the same thing.
It's like when it snows, isn't it? And everyone thinks they're the first to announce it, don't they? Like, Bad weather.
Yeah.
But now, looking forward to Christmas. Feel like this is a good start, lads. I'm excited now, and we've got New Year and Gran Canaria to look forward to.
Yeah, well, I'm more excited that you're there now, to be honest, Gary.
I know that's probably the best present anyone could have.
It is, yeah. As we were talking, there was actually some sort of thing. I got an email saying there was a mix up of the rooms, and that you're room with me.
That's all right.
You happy with that?
That's all right. That's all right. I'll bring the hat.
Yeah. Have you got the rest of the outfit?
He's got a toothbrush and a Johnny with him in his bag, and you've got the bad girl hat. That's all you need, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's going to be a good trip, boys, isn't it?
I think when we go, maybe we could squeeze in a live podcast or at least a recorded
I think we're going to have to do
podcast.
something while we're
from
out there.
there?
Yeah.
Like from the beach?
Or at least
Or
show
even
some
just
of the footage
we'll,
from
we'll
there.
get for people just some reaction from our races, whether it's...
Oh, I mean, that's a bit
Does
more.
that mean I'm getting a holiday out of this at last?
Yeah, we've not
well,
budgeted for that, have we?
Yeah,
no,
yeah. We
You
could
get all that
maybe
in
crowdfund for Chris to come, couldn't we?
Yeah.
Snake
Gary might
oil
put something
hand
out.
luggage.
You're more than welcome to come, Chris. I'll send you Sky Scanner, don't worry.
I'll pack your case for you, mate.
Yeah, race entry included.
Yeah. No,
So-
looking forward to it now.
Well, thanks for joining us, Tom. I mean, it's
No
been...
worries at all. No, really, thanks for inviting me. A bit of a gamble, innit? You never know what
Not
you
really, because the whole idea of having Tom on board, hopefully more with the podcast as well. It's like it's obviously it's amazing listening to someone with the depth of knowledge that me and Ben have got, but it's also good to have a complete
Twat.
Beginner.
Oh, right. That's what you were thinking then.
I was trying to shift through words as quick as I could to find one suitable.
It did turn into a different episode than what we had planned with Killian, didn't it? This, but I mean, I think it's better, mate. Honestly, I think this is the one. I think we've got a nice direction for following up with this now, mate, and looking back on what we've done in Gran. So
And what I would say is, if you're watching this and you've got questions to put to Tom or to Ben or to myself on racing abroad or just starting out in trail running, get them in, because we're keen to introduce that into the next one, aren't we?
Definitely. So drop it in the comments, and don't forget, please like and subscribe. See you next Tuesday. Do you like the sign off for seeing you next Tuesday?
Are you allowed to say that?
Yeah.